My child, have you ever wondered why your prayers seem unanswered? Why does the silence from heaven feel deafening and the wait feels endless? Today I want you to know this truth. Your delays are not denials. They are not signs of rejection, but steps in the divine preparation for something far greater than you can imagine. I invite you to stay with me as we unravel this profound message, a message that could transform how you view life's trials. We'll explore why I, your God, sometimes seem silent, how delays are not obstacles but parts of my perfect plan, and how you can trust my timing even when life feels uncertain. Remember, I am never silent without purpose. Every moment of waiting is a chance for you to grow, for your faith to be refined, and for my plans for you to unfold in ways you cannot yet see. By the end of this message, you will gain a deeper understanding of my timing and learn practical ways to embrace my will with trust and hope. Together, we'll uncover how these delays are shaping you into who you're meant to be. If this resonates with your heart, share this message with someone who needs it. Like and subscribe to Christian Philosophy Daily, and let's continue this journey of faith together. Remember, you are loved and you are never alone. The story of Caleb, from betrayal to blessing. My beloved child, let me share with you the story of Caleb, a young man filled with hope, dreams, and visions I had placed in his heart. His journey was marked by betrayal and despair, yet through his trials I was shaping him for a destiny beyond his imagination. This is a story of my timing and the power of faith. Caleb was the cherished son of a large family, and I blessed him with dreams of leadership and purpose. These dreams, though beautiful, stirred jealousy in the hearts of his brothers. Blinded by envy, they conspired against him, stripping him of his dignity and selling him into slavery in a foreign land. Imagine Caleb's heartbreak as he was taken from his family, his homeland, and the life he once knew. It seemed as though all hope was lost. But my child, I was with him. In the house of his master, Caleb worked with faithfulness and integrity, even in his suffering. For a moment, it appeared as though his life might stabilize. Yet, even this glimmer of hope was taken from him when false accusations led to his imprisonment. In the darkness of his cell, Caleb could have despaired. The world saw him as forgotten, but I never abandoned him. Every trial he endured, every delay he faced, was a step in my divine plan. Years passed in that prison, but I was working behind the scenes. One day, the king of the land was plagued by dreams that no one could interpret. Caleb, known for his wisdom and insight, was summoned to the throne. By my guidance, he revealed the meaning of those dreams and offered a plan that would save the nation from famine. In a single moment, Caleb's life was transformed. He was lifted from the shadows of his cell to stand at the right hand of the king, entrusted with the leadership of a great nation. Caleb's story did not end in betrayal or despair. It ended in redemption and purpose. The pit his brothers cast him into, the chains of slavery, and the years in prison were not wasted. They were the foundation for the man he would become, a leader, a savior, and a beacon of my faithfulness. Do you see now, my child? What seemed like rejection was my preparation. The delays Caleb faced were not denials. They were my way of shaping him for his destiny. The meaning behind Caleb's journey. My beloved, in Caleb's story, you can see the truth of my plans for you. The trials you face, the moments when the road ahead seems uncertain, are not the end of your story. They are the tools I use to prepare you for the purpose I have set before you. The pit Caleb's brothers cast him into was not a place of defeat, but the first step on his path to greatness. The years in prison were not a sentence of abandonment, but a crucible in which his faith and character were refined. Every trial served a purpose in my divine plan. Likewise, the delays in your life are not evidence of my absence. They are proof of my love and care. In the waiting, I am working. In the silence, I am speaking to your heart. And in the trials, I am molding you into the person I created you to be. Trust in me, for I see what you cannot see. My plans for you are good, and my timing is perfect. Hold on, even when the waiting feels endless, for I am with you every step of the way. Let me share another story, one from your time. Maria was a woman with a heart full of compassion and a dream to serve others as a nurse. From a young age, she felt my call to care for the sick and bring hope to those in need. But her path was not easy. Maria worked tirelessly through school, often juggling multiple jobs to make ends meet. Just as she was nearing the finish line, an unexpected illness forced her to step away from her studies. What was meant to be a brief pause turned into years of waiting as she battled health challenges. In her frustration, Maria often prayed, "Lord, why have you allowed this? Why did you give me this dream if it was never meant to be?" But my child, I was with her. During her time away from school, Maria began volunteering at a local shelter, offering comfort and care to those in need. It was there that she discovered a deeper understanding of her calling. Her time of waiting became a time of growth, shaping her heart and her perspective. When Maria regained her strength, she returned to her studies with renewed purpose. She went on to become a nurse, not just in title but in spirit, a healer who brought hope and love to countless lives. Today, Maria looks back on her delays with gratitude, for she now sees how I used that time to prepare her for a calling far greater than she had imagined. Do you see, my child? Just as I was with Caleb, I was with Maria. Her delays were not denials. They were my way of preparing her for a purpose that would touch the lives of many. Your journey mirrors these truths. My beloved, your story is no different from Caleb's or Maria's. The delays you face are not the end of the road. They are my way of leading you toward a greater purpose. When you feel forgotten, know that I am with you. When you feel weary, lean on me. The trials you endure, the moments of silence, and the seasons of waiting are not wasted. I am using them to refine you, to build your character, and to prepare you for the destiny I have planned for you. Just as I walked with Caleb through the pit and the prison, and with Maria through her struggles, I walk with you now. Hold on to my promises, for I am faithful. Trust in my timing, for it is perfect. And know that your delays are not denials, they are acts of my love, shaping you for the extraordinary purpose I have set before you. Delays are not denials, understanding my purpose in the waiting. My beloved child, do you wonder why I sometimes make you wait? Why do the prayers you have whispered in the quiet of your heart seem unanswered? Let me tell you this, my delays are never denials. They are the expressions of my love, my care, and my perfect wisdom, working all things together for your good. Through every delay, I am preparing you, protecting you, and teaching you to trust me more deeply. Preparation. I am preparing you for what lies ahead. There are seasons in your life when you are not yet ready for the blessings I have planned for you. Just as a seed must remain buried in the soil before it can sprout into a tree, you too must go through a time of preparation before you step into your destiny. When you feel as though progress has halted, it is not because I have forgotten you. It is because I am shaping you, refining your character, and equipping you to carry the weight of the blessings I will place upon your life. Imagine an artist sculpting a masterpiece from raw stone. Every chisel mark, though it may feel harsh, is necessary to reveal the beauty within. Consider my servant Elias. A young shepherd, he was chosen for a great destiny. Yet he spent years in obscurity, tending sheep, learning patience, and protecting his flock. Those moments were not wasted. They were my way of preparing him for the day when he would lead nations with courage and wisdom. His trials taught him humility, strengthened his resolve, and shaped his heart into one ready to serve me. In the same way, my child, I am preparing you. The waiting is not an empty space, it is a sacred time of growth where you are being readied for the path ahead. Protection. I shield you from what you cannot see. Sometimes, my delays are acts of protection, loving barriers to shield you from harm you cannot yet perceive. Just as a parent stops a child from wandering into danger, so too do I guide you away from paths that could bring you harm. There are moments when the door you long to walk through remains closed. Not because I wish to frustrate you, but because beyond that door lies something that is not meant for you. I see what you cannot, for I hold the full picture of your life. Trust that every delay is my way of guiding you toward the good I have in store. Let me tell you about Miriam, a young woman who dreams of becoming a writer. She poured her heart into her work, yet faced rejection after rejection. Her manuscript, the story she believed was her purpose, was turned away by every publisher. She prayed fervently, asking why the door to her dreams seemed locked. Yet, in the waiting, Miriam began to write something new, a story inspired by the lessons she learned in her struggle. That work, the product of her delay, became a source of inspiration for thousands. My child, when a door closes, it is because I am guiding you to a better one. Trust me, for I see the storms ahead and I lead you away from harm. Building trust, I teach you to rely on me. Above all, my delays are an invitation for you to deepen your trust in me. Faith is not found in certainty but in surrender, in the moments when you release your plans and rest in my timing. Consider Nathaniel, a man who dreamed of building a business that would provide for his family and serve his community. He worked tirelessly, but his plans seemed to fall apart at every turn. Frustrated, he came to me in prayer, asking why his efforts were failing. In the silence, he began to listen. Over time, Nathaniel felt a new direction stirring in his heart, a plan that was not his own but mine. As he followed my lead, he built something far greater than he could have imagined. A business that not only succeeded, but became a beacon of hope for others. Trust is born in the quiet moments when you choose to believe in my goodness, even when the path is unclear. When you let go of the need for control, you make room for my perfect plan to unfold. Let me share one more story. Sophia was a woman who longed for love. After years of heartbreak, she came to me in prayer, surrendering her desires and asking for my guidance. In her waiting, Sophia found healing and a deeper sense of her own worth. In time, I brought someone into her life who cherished her as I intended, a partner who walked beside her with faith and love. What once felt like loneliness became the foundation for a relationship built on trust in me. When you trust me, my child, you will see that every delay is a chance to draw closer to me, to grow in faith, and to discover the joy of walking in step with my will. A message to your heart. My beloved, I know the waiting is hard. I see your tears, I hear your prayers, and I walk with you through every moment of doubt. But remember this, my delays are not denials. They are acts of love, preparing you for the blessings I have planned, protecting you from unseen harm, and teaching you to trust in me with all your heart. Look to the stories of those who waited, Elias, Miriam, Nathaniel, and Sophia. Let their journeys remind you that I am faithful. Waiting is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of something extraordinary. Trust in me, for I know the plans I have for you. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. My timing is perfect, and my love for you is unending. The delays you face are not barriers. They are bridges. They are the spaces in which I am working to bring about my perfect will for your life. Hold on, my child, for what I have in store for you is greater than you can imagine. Your delays are not the end. They are the beginning of something beautiful. The psychology of waiting, navigating the heart struggles. My beloved child, I see your heart in the waiting. I know the weight of your disappointment, the questions that swirl in your mind, and the moments when doubt seems louder than faith. But let me remind you, you are never alone in your struggle. Even in the waiting, I am with you, guiding your heart toward peace and purpose. The emotions of waiting, a struggle of the heart. Waiting can feel like an endless journey, a season of uncertainty that tests the depths of your patience and faith. When you long for answers but hear only silence, it is natural to feel frustration creeping in. Disappointment settles in your spirit, whispering lies that I have forgotten you or that your prayers are not heard. Doubt often follows close behind. It questions my promises, planting seeds of fear in the fertile soil of your uncertainty. You may wonder, does God really see me? Does he care? Why hasn't he answered? And then comes the ache of lost trust. As days turn to weeks and weeks to months, you may feel as though hope is slipping through your fingers. My child, I see your tears, I feel your struggle, and I hear the silent cries of your heart. These emotions are real, and they are part of the journey, but they are not the end of the story. Even in your frustration, I am there. Even in your doubt, my love surrounds you. And even in your moments of despair, I am holding you close, preparing you for what lies ahead. How to cope? Finding peace in the waiting. In the moments when waiting feels unbearable, I invite you to draw near to me. Let my presence be your refuge, my word your comfort, and my promises your anchor. First, turn to me in prayer. When your heart feels heavy, speak to me. Share your pain, your fears, and your frustrations. You do not have to hide your struggles from me, for I know them already. In prayer, you will find not only the strength to endure, but the peace that surpasses understanding. Remember the words of the psalmist, "Cast your cares on the Lord, and he will sustain you." Psalm 55:22. Second, focus on what you can control. My child, there are many things in life that lie beyond your grasp, but not everything is out of reach. In the waiting, tend to the small gardens of your life. Nurture relationships, grow in knowledge, and care for your body and soul. These acts of faithfulness in the little things are steps of trust in my greater plan. Consider Mary, who waited years for a breakthrough in her career. She could not control the job offers she did not receive, but she could control her attitude and her efforts. So she used the waiting time to improve her skills and serve her community. When the right opportunity came, she was ready, not just in ability, but in spirit. My child, the waiting is not wasted. It is the season where I grow the seeds of patience, perseverance, and peace within you. Remember this truth, I am always at work. Even when you cannot see the way forward, know this, I am always working. Behind the scenes, in the quiet spaces, I am orchestrating events for your good and my glory. Think of a tapestry being woven. From your perspective, you may only see the knots and tangles of the underside, but from my view, the beauty of the design is unfolding. In the same way, the moments that seem random or painful to you are threads in the masterpiece I am creating in your life. Consider Jacob, a man who spent years working tirelessly, wondering when his dreams would align with reality. What he could not see in those moments was that I was aligning circumstances, people, and opportunities to fulfill my promise to him. My child, I am doing the same for you. Even in the silence, I am speaking life into your future. Let me share another story. A woman named Helena endured years of loneliness after losing a relationship she thought was part of my plan. In her waiting, she learned to lean on me, to find her identity, not in others, but in my love. Little did she know, I was preparing someone who would love her as I intended, a partner who would cherish her as a reflection of my love for her. When they finally met, she saw that every moment of waiting had been worth it. Trust that I am with you, my child, and that I am at work even when the path seems hidden. My timing is perfect, and my plans for you are good. A message for your heart. My beloved, I know the waiting is hard. I see your struggles and I hear your cries, but trust this truth. The waiting is not a void. It is a sacred space where I am preparing you for what lies ahead. When disappointment clouds your vision, remember that I am the light that guides your steps. When doubt whispers lies to your heart, cling to my promises. When despair threatens to steal your joy, draw near to me and let my peace sustain you. I am your refuge in the storm, your anchor in the waiting, and your hope in the uncertainty. Trust me, for I am always working, even when you cannot see it. You are never alone, and my love for you is unending. The waiting is not easy, but it is worth it. It is the place where your faith grows, your heart is refined, and your trust in me deepens. Hold on, my child, for the waiting will not last forever. I am with you, and I am leading you to a future filled with hope and purpose. Practical guidance, what to do during the waiting season. My beloved child, waiting is not an idle state. It is an opportunity. It is a sacred space where you can grow, discover purpose, and deepen your faith in me. Let me guide you through this season, not with frustration, but with intention. Let us use this time to prepare your heart and life for the blessings to come. Develop yourself. Grow in knowledge, strength, and spirit. The waiting is a time for growth, my child. It is a chance for you to become the person I have created you to be. Focus on learning something new. Perhaps it is a skill that aligns with the dreams I have placed in your heart, or something that simply brings joy to your spirit. This season is an invitation to invest in yourself, nurture your mind, and expand your abilities. Take care of your physical and mental well-being. Go for walks, eat nourishing food, and rest when your body calls for it. Your health is a gift from me, and caring for it is an act of stewardship. Strengthen your spirit by spending time in my presence. Meditate on my word, pray earnestly, and listen for my voice. As you do, you will find peace and clarity in the midst of uncertainty. Do not see this time as wasted, but as preparation. For the more you grow, the more ready you will be for what I have prepared for you. Serve others, discover purpose in giving. When you feel lost in the waiting, turn your focus outward. Serve others, and in doing so, you will find renewed purpose and joy. There are countless ways to serve, my child. Offer your time to those in need. Volunteer at a local shelter, help a neighbor with their burdens, or simply lend an ear to someone who feels unheard. These acts of kindness are reflections of my love working through you. Remember the words of my son. Whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me. Matthew 25:40. Through serving others, you will find that your waiting is not in vain, but is filled with purpose and meaning. When you give to others, you will see the beauty of my plans unfolding, not only in their lives, but in yours. Service is not just about helping others. It is about transforming your heart and drawing you closer to me. In the waiting, let your hands and heart be active in love. Through service, you will find purpose and peace. Trust my plan. Build your faith in the waiting. Above all, my child, use this time to trust in me. Waiting is not a punishment, it is a gift. A chance to deepen your faith and rely on me completely. Faith grows in the moments when you release control, when you surrender your plans and trust in my timing. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening?" ask, "Lord, what are you teaching me through this?" Let the waiting become a time of reflection, a season where you build your trust in my perfect plan. Do not forget that I am always working, even when you cannot see it. I am aligning the pieces of your life in ways that will glorify me and bless you beyond your imagination. The waiting is not a void. It is the foundation where trust is built. Trust in me, for I am faithful, and I will fulfill every promise I have made to you. Practical advice. Simple steps to stay anchored. My child, here are some practical ways to keep your heart steady and your faith strong while waiting. First, keep a journal. Write down your prayers, your thoughts, and your hopes. Record how I answer them over time. As you look back, you will see my hand in every step, and your faith will grow as you realize how deeply I care for you. Second, immerse yourself in my word. Spend time reading the scriptures, where my promises are written for you. Let the stories of those who waited on me, Abraham, Joseph, Ruth, and David, remind you of my faithfulness. Third, surround yourself with others who share your faith. Join a community of believers who will encourage you, pray with you, and walk alongside you in this season. In their fellowship, you will find strength and inspiration. Through these simple practices, you will anchor your heart in my love and build a firm foundation for the blessings to come. A loving reminder. My beloved, the waiting is not easy, but it is worthwhile. It is a time of preparation, of service, and trust. In this season, you are not alone. I am with you, guiding you, loving you, and preparing you for the incredible plans I have for your life. Take this time to grow, to give, and to trust. The waiting will not last forever, but the lessons you learn and the strength you build will remain with you always. You are loved, my child, and I am with you in every moment of the journey. Trust the journey God has set before you. My beloved child, as we come to the end of this message, remember this truth. Your delays are not denials. They are my way of preparing you, protecting you, and building your faith for the purpose I have lovingly designed for your life. The waiting may feel long, and at times the silence may seem deafening. But even when you cannot see my hand, trust that I am working behind the scenes. Every moment of delay is an opportunity for you to grow, to serve, and to trust in me. As you wait, lean into the practices we have discussed today. Seek growth, find purpose in serving others, and anchor your heart in my word and promises. Let your waiting season become a time of transformation. Let it be a time when your faith deepens, your purpose is refined, and your trust in me becomes unshakable. Each day, take a step closer to me. Pray without ceasing, write down the ways I am answering your prayers, and surround yourself with others who will encourage your faith. Through these small but powerful acts, you will see that I am always with you, shaping your story for my glory and your joy. Do not lose heart, my child. The waiting is temporary, but the blessings I have prepared for you are eternal. Trust in my timing, for I am faithful to fulfill every promise. If this message has touched your heart, I invite you to share your story in the comments below. Let your journey inspire others who may be waiting just as you are. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Christian Philosophy Daily for more messages of hope, faith, and love. Together, let us walk this journey of trust and purpose in the light of my eternal promises.